Here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have just finished off the second book in the Southern Reach, what is currently a trilogy, but there's a fourth book coming out. This is Authority by Jeff Vandermeer. What we have very quickly from the first book, Annihilation, is that you have this area that has been cut off basically from the rest of the world. Some very strange and mutagenic things take place there. There is a very definite barrier that separates it from the real world, and expeditions have been sent in there, and so far they are basically all just failures. There are people who have come out of it, but nobody knows quite for sure what's going on with those people and if they are actually the original beings that went in. What we have here is this fellow's name's John Rodriguez, and he gets sent into the base that oversees these expeditions. The previous director actually went into Area X, and nobody's quite positive what happened to her, and he's there to find out. That's what he's there for. You get to find out his life story. His is one of grooming for military command, because that's what his family has apparently done, so he gets in on that and basically jumps from job to job. He has a nickname, and it is a name he requests to be called Control. The only thing is, he seems to not be in control of anything. When he gets there, there are some people who are basically cooperative, show him the ropes. There is an assistant director who absolutely antagonizes him and does not want to reveal anything to him. So he has to go in and find out what's going on. The structure of the book is basically like a detective who doesn't really have any authority at all going into some kind of missing persons mystery, or even, if you prefer, a bit of a haunted house type of happening as he goes in and makes discoveries and goes through files and folders and finds out what in the world is going on, what happens. A character from the first book, maybe it's that character, is sitting there with two others. The two others are taken away, but this one in particular, he's able to concentrate on and get interviews with. And she doesn't reveal much of anything. I hesitate to go too much further. Yeah, so I'll put it like this. So this is a better book. This is still a really good book. It's just that it's a step down from this one. This one is just, it's almost like I get a feeling this is the iconic one, and then this is one just telling more of the story. So this one happens inside Area X. This one is very definitely outside Area X. So from here, I'm going to just do the spoilers for it. And let me give my little sign I have for myself to hump that little time period down there. So I don't need this bookmark anymore. Oh, Baby Yoda bookmark. So Grogu, rather. What we have here is the biologist from this book makes her way out of Area X, but it's not actually her. The Area X seems to take people in, infect them, and what happens to the original them inside is still mysterious, but it seems to make doppelgangers, and these doppelgangers get out. And that's what she is in here. And she winds up in one of her interviews telling Control that very thing. If Area X represents the sublime, I don't know that you can call these doppelgangers like messengers from God or something like that, especially with the biologist, because she's not there to send messages. She just wants to go on her own because she is an individual being. She got out. She wants to do her own thing. Slowly but surely, it took me. I'm usually hit or miss on figuring out things before you get to the reveal. So, for example, the movie Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, about halfway through it, I started asking questions, and I actually kind of figured it out what was going to happen. Or The Sixth Sense, didn't see it coming. I wasn't trying, didn't care. So when I got to the big reveal and the twist at the end, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that. So with this one, however, yeah, it started to hit me about, it was more than halfway through. It was, I can pinpoint it too. It's like page 184, I think it was. I was like, oh, this guy's been hypnotized too. Hypnotism plays a huge role in this. And I kept the control. He has to keep dealing with this person on the phone called the voice, and it kept repeating certain things or saying things a certain way, and it started to dawn on me that he was being hypnotized, and he figures this out too. And while on the phone with the voice, what he did was he wrote down some notes that he could look at while he was on the phone, and he was able to break out of this hypnotism. But from there on, it's like he started slowly losing his mind. He started unraveling. He couldn't deal with how much he himself was being controlled, and that this was done to him. And he was just a puppet, and he just couldn't deal with this very well. So we find out there's a happenstance in here where the border to Area X expands out. It gets bigger. Some of the doppelgangers that came out, they had a certain area they went to and they were found. Those places became infected. So Area X got bigger, and they don't know if it's going to stop. The biologist doppelganger, she's taken away, but eventually she escapes. And so he decides, this is the only thing I really have for me now. I got to get out of this. He has to escape this. And he goes and tries to hunt her down. She's out as in a remote place as she can possibly find, but neither one of them can get away. Along the way, there was a house he thought she might be in, and he could see, as he kind of scouted the place out, there were operatives hiding, waiting to try to get her. And so he figured, well, she's got to be further along. And he does run into her, of course, and she tells him there may be a way back into Area X, and it has to do with this pool. There's a hole, and as the military is coming towards them, she dives in, and he dives in right after her. So that is going to bring us to the third book, which I did not even open the page yet, Acceptance. So I'm hoping we get to find out things about where they're going to go. So obviously, I have no idea who's going to view this. I haven't looked at anything. So is it going to be from the viewpoint of the biologist? Is it going to be from the viewpoint of Control? Are we going to find out there's this mysterious lighthouse keeper named Saul? We can find out about him. Those are the mysteries waiting here. This is the next book I'm reading, and I'll be getting right on that starting today. So, this year I have read all these books right here. Vendetta, Machine Vendetta, Alistair Reynolds. The Bloodstones by Tori Tekken is the first of a series. This one, The Dragon Prince, actually wound up not finishing this one, not because it was bad, but for whatever reason I wasn't quite in the mood, and I quit reading it and just moved on. Maybe I'll pick up it again in the future. I don't know. It's a pretty big book. We'll see what happens. I read Titan Hoppers, mostly because of this magical looking deal right here. I want to see what's going on. This did not disappoint at all. I picked up its sequel, but I haven't read it yet, so I'll be getting to that at some point. So let me put these over here. Bloodstones this, Bloodstones that. The Sword Defiant. This was remarkable, and it has a sequel coming out, I believe, May the 7th. So whatever I'm reading at about that time, I'll finish whatever it is, and then I pick up the sequel to that. This is The Sword Defiant. The title of the next one's called The Sword Unbound. In the Gray Man series, I read The Chaos Agent. Good stuff there. The Wager. That's a shocker of a book right there. That was lots of fun. I made a comparison, little funny thing with The Wager and One Piece Piracy, if you want to check that out. I read A Short Stay in Hell, little 104 pages of A kick in the head is what that is right there. You want to get that camera. That's going to be my go-to recommendation for people this year has been The God Engines by John Scalzi. This will be something I recommend to people also. This was recommended by Chanel at Chanel Chapters, that one right there. What I'm going to do next then is probably going, after Acceptance, is Moby Dick. Then after that, Frankenstein. That's the plan. 2 classics. And maybe this friggin' brick, Perdido Street Station by China Miavel. So we'll see what happens there. It depends on what's coming up, because it's going to take me a while, because this is about half the number of books that I normally read, 3.5 months worth, and it's because I read One Piece too, and of course trying to catch up on One Piece takes up quite a bit of reading time. After that, or maybe instead of, get a little space opera going here, The Blighted Stars by Megan O'Keefe. I'm looking forward to that immensely. That is about that. And just real quickly, some channel stuff. I got 160 subscribers. Thank you very much, and welcome to my channel. I have this will be my 47th video right here. That includes shorts. Grand total, I have a little over 8,000 views, but I think that's some kind of yo-yo effect, because I keep seeing when you look up your channel stuff, in one place it says one thing and another place it says another. So it's that sort of like bot yo-yo thing where I probably don't quite have that many views. It's been 3.5 months since I started the channel, and one of my videos actually got over 1,000 views all by itself. What? I did I have a series of hopefully ongoing shorts about the strength of Roronoa Zoro from One Piece, and people seem to get a kick out of it, and one of them got 1,300 views. Yay for me, and yay for you too. That's it. I don't know if I'm doing another video or short or something this weekend. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be a beautiful day out. Gonna do some comic book shopping today. I don't get any comics right now, but one caught my attention, and I'm gonna go check it out, called The God Country, Image Comics, and I might read that if I can get my hands on it, do a review. We'll see what happens there. And that's really it. I'm not gonna waste your time anymore. Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend.